Alright guys, so here we go with the Triplefine's TF35 Pro. We're going to do a flight test on this video. So everything has been calibrated. Now if you want to see how to calibrate and set up this quadcopter, I'll leave links to that video up here as well as the video description. So let's go ahead and arm the motors and take off. Both sticks to the bottom and in, arms the motors, and let's see if we can use the 1 key to take off here. I've already armed the motor, so hit takeoff. And there you go, comes to a hover right at that altitude. Nice. It's got the optical flow sensor as well as GPS position hold. So let's yaw in place. Ah, very nice, very nice. Let's get it angry. And goes right back to where it was. So position hold is excellent. Now we are going to start off with camera mode, which is speed number 1. Raise it up in altitude a little bit and push it forward, and that will be speed number 1, or camera mode, which is nice and smooth. But as you can see, when I make that turn, the horizon kind of tilts a little bit, and then it straightens out. And we are traveling in the speed of 17 kilometers per hour. See how the horizon gets kind of tilted, and then slowly it levels off. Okay, speed number 2. Little bit faster. Yaw speed is about the same. And again, check out that horizon. Kind of tilts and it straightens out, and the speed 27.5 kilometers per hour. Digs down, dips down, and then slowly it stabilizes itself. So yawing is not its best feature here. So, and I also want to show you guys something about this quadcopter. It has a big deadband on the throttle and yaw stick. So if I move the stick, it will not respond until I go about 1/3 way in, and then it starts to respond. Same thing the opposite direction. See that? This is almost halfway. At least 1/3 way. So is the throttle. See that? So it has a big deadband on the left stick, which I dislike very much because it's very hard to control. It's okay when you're flying in line of sight, because you can see when it's turning while you're inputting the yaw and the throttle. But once you're doing FPV looking down on the screen and you're turning, you don't know when it's going to turn because there is a slight delay from the video. So they need to fix that issue. So let's go to speed number 3. And it got a lot quicker. Turning radius got tighter. And let's see the speed here. Speed pass at 49 kilometers per hour. Tight radius, and it starts to accelerate up to 56 or 57 kilometers per hour, and it plateaus off at 48. So that is its behavior. Okay, let's go ahead and bring it in and let go of the sticks, and it comes to a hover. Nice. Okay, so here's the camera tilt dial. So let me activate the camera tilt. It goes almost 90 degrees and all the way up. Only has a single speed servo. So if you want to slow down the camera tilt, you can intermittently hit it. It slows down, and it's still kind of smooth because of the electronic image stabilization. Okay, on this side there's a camera zoom dial. So if I activate it, it will only do it incrementally. So you need to constantly hit it for it to zoom in and zoom out. if you hit it once, it only does that one increment. So that is its behavior on that. But if you go into the special features, there's a zoom feature where you can do the slider and go up to 5x zoom very smoothly. Okay, so we have that. All right, so, and another thing is it has the super bright white LEDs on the bottom. I don't know how to activate those. There's no light turn on and off icon in the phone app, as well as the remote control. It does not have anything to turn it on and off. So coming down and situating myself right above the landing pad, and I'll hit that 1 key to land, slide it, and there you go, automatic landing as well. But it's not quite in the center, so I'll move it right over there and rearm the motors and manually take off and push it out. Okay, and come to a hover right over there. So if you were to turn on beginner mode, you will only get 30, 30, and 20 meters. So turn that off, you can slide it all the way. And right now, return home altitude is set to 100 by default. I'll set it to about 18 meters. Okay, it's set successfully, constantly. So it is set successfully. So I'm going to go ahead and hit that return home button. So it will rise up in altitude to the designated height, which was what, 18 meters, and turn around and come back. Nice. So make sure you set the return home altitude correctly. Depending on where you are flying, you want to set it to a height that is higher than any other obstruction in your area where you are flying. I'm flying over here out in the desert. There's nothing obstructing my way here except far away. So it slows down and slowly comes down, and it will miss the landing pad by a little bit, looks like. And that is the smart return home with the push of a button, and the motors shut off. Nice. Okay, let's place it back in the middle, and this time what I'm going to do is take off and try to retake control as it's coming back from a return to home. So you're way out there, you know, your orientation is lost, you cannot see the quadcopter or whatnot, and you want to hit that return to home button. You hit that return to home button, and the quadcopter is rising up depending on your altitude, and turns around and starts to head back, and you see it coming, so you hit that button again and it exits the return home process. So you are able to retake control of it. Very nice. All right. So let's go ahead and bring it down here. And look, I'm throttling down, but it stops at that altitude and it slowly comes down. Oops, I almost turned the power off on my remote control here. I pressed that button. Those buttons shouldn't be there. They should be in the middle, because I like to put my thumb right here and my thumb right here, and this is an emergency stop, and this I can turn the remote control off if I short and long press it, either button. Okay, so let's bring it right above where I am, and let's check out the interest point, or point of interest, and increase the radius and slide to begin. So it will rise up in altitude to a designated altitude that I have no control over, and it'll fly away. That I had control over. And the radius was what, 30 meters? It will turn around and it will commence the circle flight, or point of interest, at that speed right there. Let me tilt the camera down a little bit. There I am. Okay, so you can lower down the altitude if you want, and camera tilt up a little bit so you have that view right there, slight bit of horizon, which makes it really nice in the backdrop. Okay, and you can increase the altitude as well, so that works within the circle flight. And let's see, I'm going to the right, so I'll hit it to the right. Oops, it goes the opposite way. Okay, it is visual, to my right, to my left. Okay, now if I let go, it's gonna rotate the opposite direction, which is pretty cool. And the speed got even faster than its default speed. So if you just keep holding it, and that is the maximum speed at which it circles, that is just awesome. I love the fact that it has all those features within the Circle Me flight, because you don't want to just have a set radius, so here, or set speed. So here's the radius change. If you push the pitch, it will go away from you to a certain distance, and I believe that would be the maximum distance away. I wish it did go further away, but that is the maximum distance. And then you can pull it towards you to make the radius smaller, which is really, really nice. Very slowly. It's coming closer and closer, very slowly. So that is really nice. That circle flight feature is excellent. Now this feature works sometimes and it doesn't work sometimes. So when I made that 4K flight video, it didn't want to work for me. So I couldn't include that in the video. So there you go, guys. That is circle flight. And when you want to exit, just go ahead and hit that icon and it exits, which is really, really nice. Okay, so let's bring it down right about here, and then let's check out some other stuff here. How about flight planner? And let me plot some points here. Oops, what's going on? My points don't want to stay, they keep disappearing. Alright, let me plot points like that. Nope, it doesn't want to do that either. Nope. How about if I draw a line? Nope. Oh wow, my flight planner doesn't want to work, guys. Look at that. So I won't be able to show you guys the flight planner. That kind of disappoints. Let's see, GPS follow. Okay, slide to start. Okay, it positioned itself, but it positioned itself looking that way. So let me get in the frame and lower it down. So there I am. So GPS position is as good as your phone's GPS position. So it thinks that I'm over there. So my phone's GPS position is pointing right about there. So we'll start moving this way and see if it follows. Yep, it will yaw to follow. Okay, so if I walk away from it, it will come towards me, right? There you go, it's coming towards me. It's working. Oh, there's a bush behind me. Let me correct myself. Oh, I'm still going towards the bush. There's a little hump over here as well. Okay, all right, it's coming and it stopped. Let me go towards it. It should start backing up. Okay, I'm out of the frame, but you get the idea. I'll lower down the camera tilt angle here, and it is going away from me. And I'll lower down the quadcopter's altitude here, so going towards it. And if I run across it, what will it do? it is backing up and it's yawing to catch up. And I'm still out of the frame slightly. The distance got a little bit further away, it seems like. Okay, so that is GPS follow. It works really good. And even though it's bobbing to follow, on the video it's really nice. Okay, so that's GPS follow. So let's see now if we can activate the image follow. And slide to start and draw a square around the subject. And does it have a lock? Hey, it's rotating to follow. That's nice and smooth. Let me walk away. Oh, I think it lost me. Oh, lost. So it doesn't work that. Oops. Please reselect the target. Here I am. Walking away. Oh, this time it's got me. And it's following me from very far. It's just rotating to follow. So it doesn't really come towards me. It's just rotating and it lost me. Okay, so that is image follow. Now there's some other stuff here. Firefly. Let's check out this Firefly. Okay, slide to start and it is going away from me. Let me see some horizon. Camera angle tilt up and it stops. Does it come back? Hey, it comes back. I'm not recording any video. I'm just screen recording. Okay, I guess I'm out. Okay, I've retaken control. So I'm going to go back down. Try that one more time. I think the camera turned on by itself to record that feature. So let's see. Firefly. Slide to start and check it out. It is recording now. That is something that I dislike. And it stops. So even though you are recording a video, it will stop. Well, it will record and then it will stop. So that is a feature that I quite don't like, but that's what it is. And Skyfly. Let me go ahead and tilt the camera all the way down. And Skyfly. And let's see, it'll go straight up. So camera tilt down a little bit more. And there you go, straight up. And it recorded, I believe. And does it come back down? Yes, it comes back down. Okay, so that's the behavior of the some of the special features. Now you can perform all these special features manually with the sticks. All you do is throttle up and point the camera down, and you can make longer clips. So once again, Skyfly. Oops. Oh man, my phone app died. Oh, that's not good. Get started. Oh boy. Hopefully we reconnect. Okay, let me go back. It says TF15EX. TF35 Pro. Oh, but when I hit it, it just goes back to TF. Okay, 15EX. So I guess I can't really change it. Come on, video. Yes. And I'm still screen recording. So here's the Skyfly. Wait a minute. The layout wasn't like this. The Firefly was on the left bottom and Skyfly was the next one. What disappeared? GPS, image, interest, blah blah. Huh. It reconfigured itself. See, it starts to record again. And this is going straight up. and once it goes to the top, it will stop recording. So you can't really have video recording constantly. I wish they turned that feature off, or allowed you to turn that feature off. So it's coming down, and that will be it. I can't turn it off. I can't take recontrol. Yes, I can. Once I move the sticks, it stopped. Okay, so let's try spiral fly. Slide to start, and it is going to go up and circle you. Oh, that's pretty cool. And it is constantly going. So it looks at a location and it flies up and around. Okay, it is constantly going and made a full 360, and it stopped. All right, and I believe it recorded while it was doing that feature as well. Let me bring it down. While I'm pitching forward, it comes down a lot quicker than just slowly coming down. Okay, so what else is there? It says cruise. What is this? Well, it has some dials and it is in Chinese, so let me hit it. Huh. I'm not sure what it does. Let me get out. Oh, it's still on there. Come on, let me cancel it. Okay. Let me cancel the cruise, man. Cancel. Why is there those two dials on my screen? Okay. Cruise. Okay. I'm out now. Okay. So I guess one of the best ones were the point of interest for this one. I really like that feature. And as you can see, there is a yellow bar. The battery bar on the top, it had turned yellow. So let's see if we are in the first phase of low voltage. No, not yet. It is just telling me the battery is low. So let me go away from myself. So when the low voltage activates, it will return home. And let me go ahead and increase the camera tilt so we can see some horizon. Okay, and let's do some FPV. So like I'm saying, there's a big dead band. So yawing is pretty hard to do when you're going, you want slow yaw. It just activates all of a sudden because you're watching the FPV video feed. We get some height right here because there's a lot of obstacles right here at the park. Oh, it just turned around and it says return and the bar turned red. So here you go. I'm not putting in any input. The quadcopter is coming home by itself. And I can see it way over there. Coming home. Let me see if my camera is still recording. And yes, it is. Thank you. It's coming home. And let's see what it does. It's slowing down. And there's the landing pad, so it should go right on top of the landing pad. And does it come down? Because I believe this is the first phase of low voltage where it should just hover there, but it is starting to come down. Nope. It turned around, but it is not coming down. So it has positioned itself exactly in the orientation how it took off from the landing pad, and it positioned itself right above it. So it's allowing you to retake control just like that. So you can fly around a little bit more if you want and land where you want to, in case your landing spot is finicky, like next to water or something, you know, or rocks. But it should have a geofencing, so let's push it out. It should bounce off, and there you go. There's the 30-meter geofencing. It will not go any more beyond that, even if I pitch forward. Okay, so turning around, and let's go this way. Oh, this side is a little closer because the landing pad is over there. Okay, so there you go. It's more like a 20-meter geofencing. And I see the red lights flashing. And boom, geofencing. So you cannot fly beyond this radius. It is a fixed radius. You are not able to adjust it. So there you go, guys. First phase of low voltage, where it comes back home, but it allows you to fly around, but it has the geofencing. So you cannot fly any more beyond that radius. There you go. Yeah, it seems like it's further this way than that way. So my advice is to land the quadcopter, so you have enough battery life, so you're not depleting the battery too much. But this is a test, so I'll see how long this first phase of low voltage is and what is its behavior once it hits critical low voltage. Oh, it kind of like bobbed right there because of the geofencing, and I was pitching forward kind of sideways. So I'm just going to fly around and waste out the battery. So far this quadcopter is basically identical to the SJRC F22S, except the fact that it doesn't have the obstacle avoidance module, which I don't like anyway. So this is just exactly the same. I put a piece of tape, like I told you, electric tape, in front of the module, so it blocks out and nullifies the module, so I can fly smooth, low to the ground. And when I approach like a tree and I want to fly right next to the tree, I can still do so without the obstacle avoidance active. So I'd rather have this quadcopter than the F22S. And it seems they all have remote ID. So in the FAA certified page, this quadcopter is in there. So is Ruko U11 Pro, GIM2, and a whole bunch of other quadcopters in there that I already have tested, that I know doesn't have remote ID, but it says it does. They didn't boast it on their product webpage, but this one boasts remote ID. So I guess all of them do have remote ID on their latest released models. Maybe they have updated all their models to have remote ID at the date they were certified on the FAA webpage. So I guess now they're coming out with remote ID, and it's a hassle-free remote ID. So yeah, future-proof yourself with a quadcopter that has remote ID. So look at the FAA website and buy accordingly, because you don't want to buy a quadcopter that you need to buy a remote ID module and add it on. That's kind of a big hassle. So it's a pretty long first phase to the second phase of low voltage. Oh, it's kind of slowing down by itself, and I'm pushing it. Oh, I still have the critical low voltage phase, or phase 2 of low voltage return to home, kicked in, but I guess that was the geofencing closer on that side than on this side. So I'll fly on this side. Yeah, so future proof yourself with a quadcopter that has remote ID, because you're going to need it. And if you want to go above 250 grams, yeah, you do need remote ID. and you do have to register all the drone anyway. And now, without any input, it is coming back home. So this will be the critical low voltage phase, and it says return. Oh, and it's going to come down, but look at how far away from the takeoff spot it is. So I guess it just comes down, tries to make it back, but to conserve the last remaining battery life, it just comes down and lands itself. And the motors turn off. Alright guys, so that'll do it for this video of the flight test with the Triplefine TF35 Pro. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you again next time. You want to check out the other videos that I have about this quadcopter, I'll leave it on the top of the right corner of this video, as well as in the video description.